Okay, so what I have in this box is a game changer. This is really going to change the way we do action cameras and just really portable cameras in themselves. And it is modular. It allows you to build it up to make it to do whatever you want it to do, whether you want to attach it to a drone, you want to wear it on your head, you want to put it on a selfie stick, you want to attach it to a car, no matter what you want to do, this can do it for you. And this is the Insta360 ONE R. Okay, so there is a lot to talk about with this camera, so let's jump right into it. So first, Insta360 is trying to make a camera that you can grow with, something that you can attach things to it, you can adjust it to what you need for your particular type of shooting situation. And right now they have basically 3 different cameras that you can use with this system. So you have a choice between a dual lens 360 camera, a single lens 4K wide angle camera, and then you have a crazy 1-inch wide angle camera that they actually co-engineered with Leica. And according to Insta360, they say that this is going to give you the best performance out of any action camera ever. So you'll be able to record video at 5.3K resolution and also take 19 megapixel photos, and this should work well in any type of lighting conditions. But unfortunately, I don't have this camera just yet, but trust me, I will be getting it when it comes out. But let's talk about the 2 cameras that I do have, the 360 camera and the 4K wide angle camera. But first, let's talk about how this system works. So basically you have this one module, which is going to be like the brain of the operation. It's going to have this software, it's going to have a display on the back of it, and it's going to be what you're going to be connecting the other cameras to. And so this module has 2 connecting points. So when you're using the 360 camera, it's going to take up both of those. And when you're using the 4K wide angle camera, it just will take up one of those. But if you want to take some selfie video and use the screen to see what you're recording, you can flip that camera around, and then now it will occupy the other slot. And now you can take some really good selfie video and see what you're doing. And at the top on the main module, you will find the power button, and next to that, you'll find a button to stop and start recording. And then on the side, you have this little flap that you open up to access the USB-C port that will be used for charging and also syncing over your files. And then also you find the micro SD card slot. Now to get some power to this bad boy, you have to attach the battery module, this little red thing here. And so this attaches on the bottom and then latches in. And then if you need to take it off, it has a little slider there and you can pop that off. And after you get the battery module on, this setup right here is ready to go and start filming. But they also include this bracket inside of the box, which is like a little cage. And this will give you some added protection. So if you do drop it, it will help it a little bit, but it also will allow this to be submerged in water up to 5 meters. And then if you want to go deeper, they do sell an additional dive case, and that will allow you to take this up to 60 meters underwater. And at the bottom of this bracket, you will find this very common connecting point. So if you do have the right attachment, now you can attach this to a tripod or to a selfie stick. All right, so enough with the setup talk. Let's see what these cameras can do. And let's start with the 4K wide angle camera. So this is going to be more like your traditional action camera. And so you can mount this and now get a straight on shot of what you're trying to capture. And it has 3 different angles. So you can do an ultra wide, you can do a wide, and also a linear. And then also this will be supporting 4K up to 60 frames per second. But if you also want to get some really good slow motion footage, it can record 1080p up to 200 frames per second. Now with this and the 360 camera that I'm about to show you, it can record in HDR. So you can see this side-by-side comparison where this is really going to help out when you have a lot of bright sun and just different type of lighting conditions. And this is going to be able to make sure your entire video can look better. So in the right situation, you want to turn that HDR on, you can really just get a better image overall. And then we also have access to Insta360's flow state stabilization, which is some of the best in the game. So this is going to keep your videos super smooth and steady, even if you're going over really rough terrain. Okay, so now let's look at the 360 module, and this has dual lenses, and it's going to be sharing 5.7K video that it's going to be able to record. And so I would say that the video looks pretty good for a 360 camera of this size. And this also has access to HDR video like the regular 4K wide angle camera. And this also does have access to that flow state stabilization as I showed you with the other camera. And for a 360 camera, Insta360 says that this is going to get you some really good results in low light. And I have to agree with that. And I haven't used all 360 360 cameras out there, but from the ones that I've used, the video from this is pretty good for, again, for the size and what it's trying to do as it stitches that video together. I think it does a pretty good job at keeping that noise down. So I really like this system, and this isn't a full review because this version isn't final. There may be some software updates and some different things in the final version of this camera. So I'll save the things that I think could be better with this camera for my review after I give it a fair shot with the final version. But right now, as it is, I have to say that Insta360 is going in the right direction with this modular type of system. So say next year, you still have this brain module here and they release a better camera mod or multiple camera mods. If you don't need to buy this and you need to buy one of those additional mods, that should save you some money. And again, we'll see how long Insta360 supports this particular module right here. But if they can support it for like 2 or 3 years, that is a win for us consumers because we don't have to keep paying full price for something. We can just buy the module that we want for that particular time. And so right now, if you're really into 360 footage, you can just buy the 360 camera setup and then later on buy one of these single lenses if you want to. And so I'm throwing up the pricing for the different packages that you can get. And the one I showed you today is the Twin Edition that comes with the 4K wide angle module and also the 360 module. So I think that one is a really good deal. But again, you can choose which one you want. But right now, let me go play with this camera a little bit more and get some more footage for my review. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be notified when I do upload my review and all of my other videos. And also follow me on Instagram. I will be posting some other photos and videos from this camera as well. But like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video and I will catch you later. Peace.